The 151st Kentucky Derby is almost here, and it's shaping up to be one for the ages. Set for May 3rd, 2025, at the legendary Churchill Downs, this year's Run for the Roses will feature 20 elite 3-year-olds battling for glory in the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. From rising stars like Journalism and Sandman to fan favorites like Citizen Bull and American Promise, the field is stacked, the stakes are sky high, and the thrill is unmatched. Whether you're a die-hard racing fan or just here for the spectacle, let's dive into all 20 contenders, their history, form, odds, and who has the best shot to wear the roses. Taking the number 20 slot is the electrifying Japanese invader Luxor Cafe, a rising international star who has stormed into the 2025 Kentucky Derby conversation with flair and firepower. This American pharaoh colt, out of the more-than-ready mare Mary's Follies, has electrified fans in Japan with 4 wins from 6 starts, including a dominant trio of stakes victories in the 2025 Hyacinth, Kurochiku Show, and Fukuryu Stakes. With 70 Kentucky Derby points already banked, Luxor Cafe is virtually assured a starting gate spot in Louisville. What makes him especially intriguing is his sharp acceleration, versatile racecraft, and proven consistency against top dirt competition overseas. His sire, American Pharaoh, etched his name in history as the 2015 Triple Crown winner, while his dam's lineage adds class and adaptability to his profile. Luxor Cafe's victories have come in succession, signaling a colt in peak physical condition and ascending form. His ability to sustain his kick over a mile and beyond makes him a true wildcard in this year's Derby field. Japanese runners have made global headlines in recent years, and Luxor Cafe seems poised to follow suit on the grandest American stage. Holding down number 19 is Grande, the elegantly bred Curlin colt who has burst onto the 2025 Kentucky Derby scene with class, courage, and championship connections. Trained by Hall of Famer Todd A. Pletcher and ridden by Dylan Davis, Grande has earned 50 Derby points from just 3 starts, boasting 2 wins and a runner-up finish in the prestigious Grade 2 Wood Memorial. That performance stamped him as a major player, as he finished second behind the top-rated Rodriguez after pressing the pace throughout. With a pedigree rooted in greatness, sired by Curlin and out of the war front mare Journey, Home Grande combines stamina, power, and a professional demeanor. His limited campaign speaks to his raw talent and rapid development under Pletcher's patient guidance. At number 18, the dynamic flying Mohawk adds an extra layer of intrigue to the 2025 Kentucky Derby picture as a turf synthetic specialist now making waves on dirt. This dark bay colt, trained by D. Whitworth Beckman and ridden by Joseph D. Ramos, is by Caraconti out of the twirling candy mare Bonbons Fleur, blending turf class with dirt adaptability. Earning 50 Kentucky Derby points and $296,000 to date, Flying Mohawk caught serious attention with a surging second-place finish in the Jeff Ruby Stakes G3 at Turfway Park. His resume includes 2 wins and 2 seconds from 6 starts, showcasing steady progression in both form and distance. Though his pedigree leans toward turf, recent sharp dirt workouts at fairgrounds hint he's ready to handle the main track. His tactical awareness, especially his ability to rally from behind or press the pace, gives him a versatile edge in large Derby fields. His 9 furlong runs have shown stamina and a professional racing mind, 2 essential traits for success at Churchill Downs. Despite surface questions, his grit and late running punch suggest he's capable of exceeding expectations. Flying Mohawk is a genuine wild card, one who may fly under the radar but could make a major impact when it counts most. If he adapts fully to dirt, this colt might just land a knockout blow on Derby Day. Number 17, the surging Flood Zone has gone from a promising maiden to a serious Kentucky Derby contender almost overnight, riding a wave of momentum straight into Louisville. Trained by Brad Cox and ridden by Raylu Gutierrez, this bay colt, by Frosted out of the Curlin mare Curls for Girls, has already amassed 50 Kentucky Derby points from just 3 starts. After a narrow loss in his debut at Gulfstream Park, Flood Zone exploded onto the scene with a dazzling 5 1/4 length maiden win. He followed that with a breakout performance in the Gotham Stakes G3, battling wide yet powering home in the stretch to win by over 3 lengths. His pedigree screams classic potential. Frosted's brilliance meets Curlin's stamina in a potent blend built for 1 3.25 miles. His ability to rate or press, then unleash a sustained run, makes him dangerous in any pace setup. Though lightly raced, Floodzone's form suggests he's improving with every start, and his maturity stands out for such a green runner. With $204,000 in earnings and climbing fast, he's peaking at just the right time. This colt's upward trajectory makes him one of the more exciting new faces in the Derby field. Coming in strong at number 16, American Promise carries the hopes of legendary bloodlines and a Hall of Fame trainer into the heart of Derby contention. This chestnut colt, sired by 2018 Triple Crown hero Justify out of the Tapen mare Tapella, is trained by the iconic D. Wayne Lucas and jockeyed by Nick Juarez. With 55 Kentucky Derby points and earnings approaching $500,000, American Promise has made a steady climb up the Derby leaderboard. From 9 career starts, he owns 2 wins. Most notably, a jaw-dropping 7 3/4 length romp in the Virginia Derby at 1 1/8 miles. That performance not only signaled a turning point in his form, but also confirmed his ability to handle distance with authority. His running style blends tactical versatility with a sharp finishing kick. Sitting confidently at number 15, Publisher has quietly built one of the most consistent resumes on the road to Churchill Downs, now ready to publish his breakthrough story on the Grande stage. This bay colt by American Pharoah out of Indian Pride by Proud Citizen is trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden by elite jockey Flavian Pratt. With 60 Kentucky Derby points and $407,000 in earnings, Publisher has become a reliable force in graded stakes company. Though he has yet to secure a win, his pair of runner-up finishes and 3/3 from 7 starts show he's been knocking on the door. His biggest moment came in the 2025 Arkansas Derby G1, where he made a bold, sustained move to finish second, showcasing his stamina and grit over 1 1/8 miles. His grinding mid-pack running style is tailor-made for the Derby's 1 1/4 mile journey, especially with a pedigree that blends American Pharoah's brilliance with the classic strength of Proud Citizen. Coming in at number 14, watch out for this rapid riser. It's East Avenue. East Avenue may be number 19 in our countdown, but his potential is anything but bottom tier. With 60 Kentucky Derby points and a pedigree stacked with class, this colt has all the tools to surprise on racing's biggest stage. Trained by Brendan P. Walsh, East Avenue is by the distinguished Medaglia d'Oro, and his damn dance music is by Ghost Zapper, blending both speed and staying power into a powerful package. This 3-year-old has made 5 starts, notching 2 wins, including a sparkling triumph in the 2024 Breeders' Futurity G1. His second-place effort behind Burnham Square in the 2025 Bluegrass Stakes showed his grit against top-tier rivals and hinted at his readiness for longer distances. East Avenue runs with a smooth, efficient stride and displays the type of athleticism that thrives under the bright lights of Churchill Downs. With a temperament well-suited for the chaos of a 20-horse Derby field, he could find his best stride when it matters most. Exploding into the top tier at number 13, Admire Daytona arrives from overseas as Japan's leading hope in Yukihiro Kato and the ownership of Junko Kondo. His recent performance in the Group 2 UAE Derby was nothing short of spectacular, as he powered away from a strong international field to secure 100 Kentucky Derby points and book his ticket to Churchill Downs. Bred from a sprinter, his maternal line and conditioning have enabled him to stretch out successfully, and his international experience could prove invaluable in the Derby chaos. Admire Daytona has faced travel, unfamiliar surfaces, and top-tier competition, and passed each test with flying colors. As a global wildcard, he brings intrigue, toughness, and a genuine shot to make history for Japan in the Kentucky Derby. At number 12, Owen Almighty is proving his name no exaggeration, storming the Derby trail with grit, speed, and steadily rising form. Trained by Brian Lynch and guided by Jose Ortiz, this son of Speightstown out of a Bayern mare brings a balanced blend of sprint brilliance and classic stamina to the table. With 65 Kentucky Derby points and 3 wins from 6 starts, Owen Almighty announced himself as a serious contender with a gate-to-wire win in the Tampa Bay Derby, cruising home by 3.5 lengths. That effort followed a gritty second in the Sam F. Davis, showcasing his ability to sustain speed around 2 turns. His early Churchill Sprint victory proved he loves the surface, and his natural gate speed makes him a major tactical threat in the Derby's often chaotic opening furlong. His pedigree might not scream stamina, but Bayern's Breeders' Cup Classic win and Speightstown's versatility keep the distance question open-ended. With Ortiz staying aboard and a developing ability to ration his energy, Owen Almighty is peaking at the right time. He may not come with the same buzz as some others, but he's a pace-savvy danger who could find himself in the thick of it turning for home on Derby Day. Rolling in at number 11, Chunk of Gold brings grinding consistency and stamina-laced bloodlines to the Kentucky Derby starting gate. This gray roan colt, trained by Ethan West and ridden by Jareth Loveberry, is by Preservationist out of Play for Gold by Cairo Prince, a cross that fuses toughness with staying power. With 75 Derby points and 3 runner-up finishes in graded company, Chunk of Gold is an improving colt who's quietly building a strong case. His last 2 races, a second in the Risen Star and another in the Louisiana Derby at 1 3/16 miles, showcased his tactical patience and sharp late kick. He hasn't missed the exacta in 4 starts, with $349,000 in earnings and 1 win to his name. Though not flashy, he's steadily improving, and his progression suggests the 1 1/4 mile Derby distance won't faze him. A natural closer with some tactical range, Chunk of Gold will be hoping for a hot pace to set up his late surge. He's the kind of colt that doesn't grab headlines until he's suddenly flying past tiring rivals in the final furlong. Don't sleep on this dark horse. Charging into the spotlight at number 10, Final Gambit cashed in big at Turfway and now heads to Churchill with 100 Derby points and a wave of momentum. Trained by Brad Cox and owned by Judd Monty, this bay colt by Gunrunner out of the Smart Strike mare Final Redemption blends class with classic distance potential. After a few learning starts, he struck gold in the $700,000 Jeff Ruby Stakes G3, sweeping past rivals with a dynamic rally in the stretch to earn his Derby berth. With 2 wins, 1 second, and 1/3 from 4 starts, Final Gambit has earned $463,000 while steadily raising his game. His Turfway victory over 1 1/8 miles showed a maturing horse capable of rating, positioning, and punching home with power. Number 9, Sovereignty is a blue-blooded Godolphin homebred who's peaking at just the right moment for the run for the roses. With 110 Derby points and a 5.220 record, the Bill Mott-trained colt stamped himself as a major player with a tenacious victory in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. G2, overcoming a wide trip and late pressure to score by a neck, by Into Mischief out of a Bernardini mare Crowned. His pedigree strikes a potent balanced brilliance on top, stamina underneath. Sovereignty began his career with a closing sprint style, but as the distances have increased, so has his versatility. His 5-length win in the Street Sense Stakes at Churchill Downs proved he loves the surface, and the Fountain of Youth confirmed his grit. Regular rider Manny Franco fits him well, and the colt's ability to adapt to pace makes him dangerous in a chaotic Derby setup. He may not have the flash of a few rivals, but his resume is rock solid, his foundation is deep, and his trajectory is upward. Don't be surprised if this quietly confident colt runs a giant race on May 3rd. Number 8. Tapen Street isn't just fast, he's fast, focused, and figuring it all out at the right time. With 110 Derby points, this Into Mischief distorted humor cross is bred for brilliance and backed by one of the sport's sharpest minds in trainer Brad Cox. From maiden winner to Florida Derby G1 hero in just 3 starts, Tapen Street has earned over $643,000 and the attention of Derby watchers everywhere. Luis Saez guided him to a statement win in the Florida Derby, tactically stalking Sovereignty before pouncing and pulling away with authority. His stride is long and efficient, his mind appears mature beyond his experience, and his trajectory is nothing but up. His pedigree offers plenty of classic distance promise, especially with distorted humor's stamina on the bottom. Though he's one of the most lightly raced Derby contenders, he checks every box: foundation, class, tactical speed, and top connections. If he handles the Derby crowd and pressure, Tapen Street might just be the colt that runs them off their feet. Number 7. Tisttastic is built for the classics, and he proved it with a resounding win in the Louisiana Derby that has him surging into top-tier Derby contention. With 119 Derby points, over $1.5 million in earnings, and a record of 8.321, this Tiz the Law Tappet Cross has the best of both stamina worlds. His running style is that of a mid-pack stalker with a devastating late turn of foot, and his win in the Louisiana Derby at 1 3/16 miles showed he can stay the trip and then then some. Trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden by Joel Rosario, Tisttastic overcame a rough trip in the Rebel Stakes, finishing 5th to bounce back like a true pro. His deep classic pedigree is a weapon, and his experience over the Churchill surface adds another layer of confidence. He's been brought along with care and has faced tough fields along the way, toughening him for the Derby cauldron. For a horse who wasn't always on the radar, he's now a must-watch, especially when the race hits the final 1/8 of a mile. Number 6, Rodriguez brings classic Baffert flair, Hall of Fame hands, and a Wood Memorial G2 win into the Derby starting gate. With 121.25 points, a 5.221 record, and Mike Smith in the irons, Rodriguez is a well-bred son of authentic out of Kyala by Cherokee Run, giving him a lineage of speed and class. Trained by Bob Baffert, this colt's consistency has been impressive. He's hit the board in all 5 starts, and his powerful closing rally in the Wood Memorial marked a career-best performance. His pedigree is built for tenacity. Authentic won the Derby wire to wire, while the Dam Line brings a sprinter's intensity. But Rodriguez has shown the ability to relax off the pace, then punch home with stamina. He's been developing the kind of tactical speed that plays perfectly in the Derby's wild early stages, and his progression from maiden winner to G2 champion shows the classic Baffert curve. With a Hall of Fame team and a rising form cycle, Rodriguez has earned his spot near the top and might just have more in the tank. Number 5, Citizen Bull might be the boldest name on the list, and this Bay Colt has backed it up every step of the way. With 71.25 Kentucky Derby points and a sharp 6.401 record, he's already got a Breeders' Cup trophy on his shelf and the kind of seasoning that makes him battle-tested for Churchill Downs. Buy into mischief out of no joke by distorted humor. He's bred for brilliance, and he's been living up to the hype. After an easy maiden score at Del Mar, Citizen Bull quickly transitioned into graded stakes, improving with every challenge. His win in the American Pharoah Stakes showed he could stretch out, but it was the Breeders' Cup Juvenile where he announced himself as the real deal, rolling home against the best of his class. In 2025, he returned with a sharp win in the Robert B. Lewis G3, defeating Rodriguez and other top names with authority. Though his perfect season was interrupted by journalism in the Santa Anita Derby G1, his fighting 4th was no disgrace. Trained by Bob Baffert and ridden with confidence by Martin Garcia, Citizen Bull brings early speed, tactical savvy, and big race poise, a potent combination on the first Saturday in May. Cracking into the Elite Four, Cole Battle has been a model of consistency and aggression on the Derby Trail, bringing a 5-for-8 win record and 95 points to Louisville. Trained by Lonnie Briley and piloted by Juan P. Vargas, this Cole front colt out of a midshipman mare has made steady gains through the ranks. His breakout win in the Rebel Stakes at Oaklawn showcased his evolution. No longer a runoff speedster, he now rates kindly and finishes like a pro. His progression has been methodical, moving from 6.5 furlong sprints to sharp route victories without losing his punch. While his pedigree leans more toward miler speed, his performances over 116 miles and the way he finishes suggest he might stretch that brilliance further. He's unbeaten across fast and wet tracks, a rare asset heading into a Derby often defined by unpredictability. Whether on the lead or stalking just off it, Cole Battle brings versatility and resilience. He's passed every test so far, and the way he keeps improving, his biggest battle may still lie ahead on the first Saturday in May. Number 3, Burnham Square takes the spotlight. Burnham Square is not trailing the pack, but instead leading the 2025 Kentucky Derby points board with an impressive 130 points, firmly establishing himself as a major contender. This 3-year-old gelding, trained by Ian R. Wilkes, has carved out a strong campaign with 3 victories from 6 career starts, including standout performances in the 2025 Holy Bull Stakes G3 and the 2025 Bluegrass Stakes G1. Bred for brilliance, he is sired by Liam's Map, known for producing fast, determined runners, and out of Linda, a mare by the ever-influential Scat Daddy, whose progeny excel at classic distances. Burnham Square combines sharp early speed with the stamina to finish powerfully, making him a natural fit for the 1 1/4 mile Derby test at Churchill Downs. His earnings have surged to $927,000, and under the guidance of jockey Brian Joseph Hernandez Jr., he has shown a composed, professional running style. Burnham Square's consistency and composure make him a top-tier threat in what promises to be a fiercely competitive field. With his front-running ability and battle-tested resolve, this gelding could very well turn the Derby into a wire-to-wire showcase. Whether you're betting or just watching, keep your eyes on Burnham Square. He's the one they'll all be chasing. Number 2. Sandman isn't just a name, he's a force. With 129 Derby points and a powerful win in the Arkansas Derby G1, this striking gray colt has emerged as one of the most formidable 3-year-olds in the country. Trained by Mark Cass, Sandman is bred for the classics by Tapen out of distorted music by distorted humor. He combines elite stamina with a deceptively quick turn of foot. From his early 2-year-old runs at Saratoga to his recent victories, he's matured into a professional, consistent runner with a lethal stalking style. His ability to sit just off the pace and grind down his rivals over 9 furlongs was on full display at Oaklawn, where he defeated a deep field with authority. Jose Ortiz has fit him like a glove, guiding him with patience and precision. Number 1 journalism headlines this year's Derby class with the swagger of a horse who knows he's elite. After storming home in the Santa Anita Derby G1, the Michael McCarthy-trained colt stands atop the leaderboard with 122.5 points and a 5.401 record. A son of Curlin out of Moppetism by Uncle Mo, journalism is bred to run all day and his performances prove it. From his maiden win to a series of stakes scores in the Los Alamitos Futurity G2, San Felipe G2, and finally his triumphant Santa Anita Derby, this colt has answered every question. He's versatile enough to press the pace or sit mid-pack, and once he levels off, his stride is relentless. His ability to overcome adversity like his troubled trip in the San Felipe shows a level of maturity beyond his years. Ridden by Umberto Rispoli, who knows how to time a run perfectly, journalism brings both flash and substance to the Derby field. He's a grinder with gears, a pedigree with power, and the poise of a champion. If you're looking for the complete package heading into Churchill Downs, journalism might just be the headline horse of 2025. And there you have it, your complete guide to the 2025 Kentucky Derby Contenders. Comment below with your pick to win, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting racing content.